folks, we're here with the man, the myth, the legend, the hair legend.
When's that guy showing up?
No, that guy's here.
Oh,
it is Guy Fieri. You know him, you love him. Guy, how are you doing today?
Dude, I'm at training camp for the Raiders. Think any better than this?
No, that's not the way you do it.
No?
How do you do it?
How do
you say their name?
How do I say it? I do a little Raiders in there. I didn't want to get it too big. I didn't want to blow the mic out. I don't want to. No, and it's early in the season. We don't really start growling it out until this is training camp. Nobody's in full patch yet.
But how excited are you about being here? I mean, it's the atmosphere. It's the Raiders. They're back in LA. I know it's in the lower part of LA, but it's still LA. Like
well, bring them back to NorCal, at least for training camp. That's where we're from. We live up in the wine country, and I know that there was an effort to make that happen. It didn't, but at least they're out of Vegas heat. So that's a smart move. Got to give Coach AP and the whole team. Got to give them credit for getting them over here. This is a lot easier for them to have a full day of practice. Vegas is just too. I went to college in Vegas, not to UNLV, so I have a good good knowledge, especially this time of year, and I think everybody's appreciating it. But hopefully next year we'll get him back up to Napa. Come on, man, look at it. This is a closed practice. Fortunately, there are some real key fans who get to be here and see it. I think it helps the team. I think the team likes to be around the fans. It gets it, the energy starts to build. But they're looking great. I mean, I brought my sons, Hunter and Ryder, here with me, and their girlfriend and fiance, and a couple of my buddies, a bunch of chefs. We all came down. We're doing a special dinner tonight for the team. So,
what are you preparing?
We thought we would do a lot of tofu and then just salads, just all types of green salads, and then just really keeping it plant-based and making sure that.
I was like, this guy, no, this guy ain't. You're not going to do anything.
Guy's going to get killed. Guy's going to get his Raider jersey taken from him. It's
going to go from Raiders to WWE.
I was going to be silver, black, and blue. That's what was going to end up happening. No, we're doing barbecue. So we brought in what's called a steamship round, and it's a real famous old school roast that comes from the hind quarter of the cow. It's huge. It's gigantic. So we brought our big barbecue rig down from Northern California. Had my team drive down yesterday, 10-hour drive. We're doing that. We've got a whole big. We're doing what's called spatchcock turkey. So we split turkeys and roasting those off and smoking them. Doing a bunch of pork butts. I'm a big nacho guy, and there's not anybody that's playing that does not love a nacho.
Yeah.
So we have this big nacho bar that we're building, and we did all the pulled pork and the fresh chips. Then we're also doing a variety of sausages. We've got a whole big variety. And then just a bunch of really cool side stuff that we do, like the Mac Daddy mac and cheese. And so it'll be quite the spread. And then also staying within the dietary restrictions and making sure we have brown rice and all the things that they really need. But
quinoa.
Yeah, exactly. Quinoa, exactly. But the tofu is going to go over big.
Yeah.
No tofu.
Gilbert, do you have dinner plans? I think Guy wants to invite
give me an invite, please.
I would definitely this would be the dinner I wouldn't miss. Now, I told Coach AP and I, we were talking about it during the off season, and I said, listen, I want to help. I want to just show, and there's so many Raider fans. Raider fans, we are a different group. I don't care who you are in the NFL, you can love your teams. There's a different energy, attitude, family, respect, silver and black, commitment to excellence. It's this energy that I travel all over the country. I go to and I love football. I mean, I love everybody that's playing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a hater on other teams. I'm just just a big fan of what we do and love the Raider Nation.
Who's your least favorite team from the division?
Come on, don't start that. You know what the toughest thing is now when I was a kid, of course it was going to be Denver. Or it'd be Kansas City. But now I know so many. I mean, Andy Reid's a good buddy of mine. When Andy Reid went and played the Super Bowl, and I was in Vegas, I have restaurants in Vegas. I called and I say, Coach, how are you? And he goes, gosh, I could really use one of those burgers. So I made up a bunch of burgers and sent them over to him. Now that's against Raider Nation all day long, but I'm a friend of Andy's, and he's been on Diners Drive. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this one. This is a funny. I'm in Kansas City. Andy's a big fan of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and I had him come on the show. But before I had him come on the show, I called Gruden. I said, hey, John, because John's been, Coach was on the show.
Yeah.
I said, John, how much trouble am I going to be in with you? He goes, now, I love Andy Reid. He's a great guy. He said,
Hold on. I need it in. How would he say it?
Huh? No, I'm not. I can't do an impression. I can't do that. But
he gave you the okay.
But he gave me the okay, and I did call
okay,
him.
man.
Yeah. Well, guy, But it was. Listen, I just love football. Okay, I can't wait. I don't wait for anything more than I wait for the season to start. I mean, which I wish we would do. I wish we play all year long. Just don't play everybody. Play a team, let them have a week off, play another. I mean, why can't we spread it around? Why does everybody have to play the same weekend? You know what I'm saying?
Year round.
God, year round football.
You got soccer, you got all these sports that kind of go
year round football would be the greatest thing in the world. I mean, there really is. But it isn't that. And I know that the players don't like Thursday football, and I understand why. I mean, the conditioning and the downtime and how it works out in the schedule. But it sure changes my Thursdays.
Guy, quarterback battle. Who do you think ultimately is going to get the nod?
One of those two. No, you know what? It's funny because I got a chance to meet Aidan at NCAA Final Four, and then we had a chance. He came up to Northern California, and we got a chance to hang out at my ranch. And nicest guy, and I mean he is all football. His head is all football, and he's really grounded, and he's he's just a super smart guy. And so he's the one I know. I know him better, and I know how bad he wants it, and I know how committed he is to it. So I gotta kind of say I lean that way right now. But you know what? Let's just put the best person in the best position and get the Raiders as far along in this season as we can. It felt so good how they ended the season. Let's pick up where we were going. Okay? Right. We got it. And they love coach, and all this young coaching staff these guys are so enthusiastic. I'm watching coaches run in and off of this field, putting as much time in as these players. I mean, these guys are fired. You think they're playing?
These guys don't sleep.
They don't, and what they're doing and the discipline that they have. And that's one of the reasons we came down. We know how. I mean, we don't know, but we can envision how monotonous camp becomes a grind. We thought, why don't we come down and see if we could do something for them and just kind of, granted it's early in camp, but this was the only time we had available, and I wanted to make sure that my sons got to come with heads up. That's awesome. I mean, that
scared me.
That's yeah. Don't worry about you.
Yeah. Make sure you hold the camera.
I was just heads up. I want to see this. It wasn't heads up. I don't want you to get hurt. So we're super happy that the coach thought it was a good idea that we came down. We don't want to be a distraction. Yeah. We want to be an enhancement. Yeah.
And last one for me. You are Mr. Food Network. I mean, you have Diner Driving guys. You have the grocery team. Like those are awesome. Anything else you got in the works? I mean, I know you're probably spreading yourself thin with everything, but you got anything in the works? Anything cool coming up?
Oh, Tournament of Champions is we're getting ready to go film that again here in September, and that's one of my most important shows because it's about my brothers and sisters. It's about all these amazing chefs that really need to have the spotlight put on them. I appreciate my opportunity, what I have, but I want to make sure my interest is to put them in a place where they get recognized and who is the next superstar, and we've got 4 female chefs that have won this. I mean, and that's history making. So season 6 is getting ready to happen. Everybody's going to be out of their mind. It's just fever pitch. I mean, people are just going nuts. We picked the roster. We know who's coming in. We don't know how they're going to stack up yet. But no, I'm always trying to develop shows and produce shows and create opportunities for my for my brothers and sisters and keep it working. But we're opening restaurants all over the country and got a bunch of product lines. We got sauces, Flavortown sauces out, donkey sauces finally bottled, all kinds of stuff.
That is Guy Fieri. Guy, thank you so much for jumping on with us. You're the best.
And he got Fieri right. That's a real reporter.
Oh yeah, you know it. Well, I mean, what else
Hey, this is Guy Fieri at Raider Training Camp, and you are watching Compas on the Beat.